Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of The Bachelor. On the Wings of Love. Could they have picked a cheesier title? Well, now that Rosalind is gone, thank God, it's time for this week's dates. It's going to be 2 one-on-ones and 1 group date. So, the one-on-one dates start with Vienna. Let's fall head over heels together. Alright, so Jake shows up on his motorcycle, and can somebody please tell me why he's always fully dressed up in leather and the girls are just like in a friggin' tank top? I don't get it. Couldn't they offer them a leather jacket, or at least make him not so much of a wussy with his giant helmet and leather jacket? So they end up taking a helicopter ride, and they flew over the mansion, but they weren't high enough to miss out on how crazy Michelle was, even at that height. It's time for a bungee jump, and Jake's afraid of heights. So he freaks out, and he's like practically crying. It's time to jump. I'm pretty sure he pissed his pants, and then he makes out with Vienna. It's a great combo. So it's wine and sushi time, and then they pull out the sake, and it's time for the hot tub. So they had a full-blown dirty date. And she gets the rose because you've got to really suck if you jump off a extremely high bridge with someone and you get sent home. No. She had to get the rose. It was a lock. So it's time for the group date. Corrie, Elizabeth, Allie, Tenley, Ashleigh, Jessie, Kathryn, and Michelle. Well, love is no laughing matter, or is it? Michelle's pretty pissed. It's a group date because she will have Jake for her own, if it kills her or if it kills him. So they're all going to the comedy club, the Jon Lovitz comedy club. That's right, kids, TV's Jon Lovitz. All right, so they're going to be doing some stand-up comedy, and Jon helped out the ladies writing some cheesy jokes. And Ashleigh freaked out because she just doesn't do this sort of a thing. She doesn't like to get up in big crowds. So they find out it's in front of a live audience, and Ashleigh really freaks out then. So here's some of the highlights from the show. Allie, why was Tigger licking the toilet? Because he was looking for poo. Yeah. Tenley, she did some kind of contortionist move and showed off her vagina. She said that's all she's got. Elizabeth, she was a foul-mouthed, dirty bitch in her routine. She cursed the whole time. More bleeps than not. Michelle, she's pure evil. Even the audience knew. And they booed her. Corrie, she roasted everybody, but especially Vienna. Ashleigh, she wouldn't go on when it was her turn, but she finally went on at the end, and she pulled out of the bag these cheesiest blonde jokes that we've already heard, like when we were writing Dinosaurs. Did we really have to wait for that? Alright, so the show's over. Clap, clap, clap. It's time for champagne and fondue. It's time for Tenley to tell Jake all about her first husband. He felt so bad for her that he made out with her. Jake's disgusted. Nobody likes Vienna. Everybody's bad-mouthing Vienna. Especially Allie. Where does she get off going up to Jake and telling, crap about somebody else? Just focus on yourself. I liked her in the beginning, but now I'm really starting to not like her butting her nose into everybody else's business. So, Michelle's turn for one-on-one time with Jake, and she kiss rapes him. She's like, you kiss me, because I need you to kiss me. Do you think that's too forward? And he kisses her. You could tell he wasn't feeling it, because it was just like... And she's like, is that all you got? This is ridiculous. So he does what he should have done last week and kicks her ass out. He calls a taxi. Don't let the door hit you. Bye-bye. No rose for anybody else. You've spoiled it for everyone else. Alright, so date's over. Next day, it's time for Ella to go on her special date, the other one-on-one date. And the date card said, let's lift off to another world. So that means this week there's no date for Valicia or Gia. Sorry, kids, and how to be someone. So they take a helicopter ride to SeaWorld, but meanwhile, back at the house, Vienna apologizes for calling everyone fake. But that's not good enough for Allie. She rubs it in Vienna's face that she told Jake that, you're fake, Vienna. So Vienna gets all upset, and there's a whole big drama scene. Jake surprises Ella with Ethan at SeaWorld. Wow, that's really cool. I think they did that last time. So she thinks Jake would be a good dad. But did anybody notice the huge zit that was on her cheek? I'm not talking about a huge zit. I'm talking about a Mount Vesuvius of zits. Oh my God, if only she had watched the video from earlier today how to cover up a zit. Couldn't somebody on the crew have thrown her a concealer stick or something? She's just in awe of Jake. He's going to be a great dad. So they whisk Ethan away because it's dirty time. Jake makes his move and he wants somebody who's going to be a good mother. And apparently she is, because he could see that she's already been tried and true. So she gets the rose, of course. I mean, only a jerk wouldn't give the rose to somebody who showed up with their kid. Come on. It's time for the cocktail party. Elizabeth starts off with her one-on-one time with Jake. She starts right in with the, oh, do you give good back rubs? And he's just like, honey, I got your number. You said I couldn't kiss you, but now you're trying to be all sleazy. You are a CT? Yeah, he pulled it out. He called her the CT. She is a tease. I'm glad he finally figured it out. So she freaks out. She's like, oh, I'm not like that, Jake. I'm just not like that. And of course, the producers tell Vienna to go in and interrupt them because it's Vienna's time to be filmed with Jake. So, of course, everybody gets their nose bent out of shape. Oh, can you believe that Vienna went over there and she broke up their time? She's so insensitive. Yeah, okay. Then Allie sticks her nose in and is like, Vienna, you suck. So Elizabeth finally puts up a big stink and gets to talk to Jake again. But basically, he's just like, honey, you're a CT. There's no two ways around it. So it's time for the rose ceremony. It was a horribly tough decision. I'm sure he meant it was a horribly tough decision because he wanted to send more than 2 home. Let's see. Gia gets the first rose, Miss Fake Lips. Corrie gets the next rose. Then Tenley. Then Allie, Miss Nose Sticker in her. Then Jessie. And then Kathryn. So that leaves us with the final rose. And it goes to Ashleigh. Now, the final rose is definitely the pity rose. That person better be on notice for next week. So it's goodbye to Elizabeth the CT and Felicia. I feel bad for Felicia because I hardly knew her. And she was really upset at the end. I mean, genuinely upset. So I do feel bad for her. But apparently Jake is not a brunette man. He's keeping more of the blondes around. Next week looks very exciting. It's a road trip. There's going to be cattiness. And 2 roses go in the fire because Jake thinks that he needs to start eliminating people big time. Till next week, much love.